One is the stock and one is the option. When the market falls, the price of the stock falls, so your downside is as good as buying a long stock. Okay, on the upside is limited because you have sold a call. So basically you play for a minor movement in the stock. Again, rehaunting your minds again. Somebody asked me the price of the put is inverse, strike price minus stock price, okay, P and the call. And the D1 and D2 remains the same. The D2 is minus ND2 instead of ND1. Cash secured put, this is what they call it. Instead of cash secured means you have the cash with you and you sell a put, okay, but the downside is unlimited when you sell a put. Okay, what is a hedging mechanism? There are Starbucks is coming to India, right? Starbucks has got an inventory of about 950,000 pounds of coffee valued at 57. The Starbucks fears that the price of the coffee will fall in short run and wants to protect the value of the inventory. Anybody could, or if your client is a commodity player, this will come in handy for you. So he has got the inventory price goes down, cost or the market price, whichever is lower, the closing stock falls and your profit also falls, right? Makes sense, right? So what he does is that he wanted to use a derivative instrument. Since he is in coffee, okay, there are coffee trades in NYBOT, NIBOT, okay. In the NIBOT, there is a contract, each unit is 37,500. Don't ask me why they arrived at 37,500. At least I don't have the clue for that. Each instrument has got, if you want to go long or short on the N, actually it runs into million. So similarly, this is number, okay. So each contract has got 37,500. You divide 950,000 divided by 37,500. Either you can buy 25 futures or 26 futures. If you buy 25 futures, what is that? This is you are long, actually you have to sell, right? So if you do that, you are short. If you do 26, it's slightly long. Yeah. Yeah. So the price moved from 51 to 50 to future price also falls. So the stock price has fallen from 55 to 51. I think, well, let's go to the, from 57 it has fallen to 51. But since the future also has fallen, you are short on the futures, right? Future behaves like a stock. Only thing is it has got both sides of the risk, right? So whatever you lost in the inventory valuation, cost or the market price, whichever is lower, your cost was 57, market price is 51. So your balance sheet is down by 57,000 because of your holding inventory. But whereas you are on the coffee futures, actually you are short on the coffee futures, which was at 58, and you made money in the coffee futures, which is 56,250. The difference is due to the definition of one unit, 37,500. So that is marginal, actually. You could have taken higher exposure in the futures market than whatever you are underlying. Huh? This is underhedged, yeah. Many of the Indian guys have made a overhedge, actually, right? That's how they lost money in the last year, right? 2 years back, Ocart, many. All on currency betting, actually. Suddenly all the companies become a SATA player, actually, instead of hedging. That is where the problem is. If the CFO doesn't understand the difference between hedging and playing in the market, then you land into trouble, actually, right? So similarly, Nestle wanted to buy 75 near-term contracts over the next month. The price of the cocoa, Nestle plans to purchase 750 metric tons of cocoa next month. Nestle fears that the price of the cocoa now is $1,400 will increase before they acquire the cocoa. So they want it only for the next month. Nestle wants to fix the price it pays for cocoa. So it looks into NIBOT. There is a cocoa is trading in the NIBOT and nicely priced at 10 metric tons per unit. So 750 divided by 10, they have to buy 75, right? They don't have the stock of cocoa in their inventory. They wanted to go long in the futures, okay? So they buy the cocoa futures at 1440, and as expected, the price of the cocoa went up to 1525, okay? So in the futures, they made money. They bought it at 1440, they will sell it at 1525. So in the cash market, really they have to buy the cocoa, right? It's a chocolate manufacturer. Physically they have to buy. So they will buy at the prevailing price, which is 1490. They started buying it at 1400. So the whatever is gained over there on the future price is lost over the cash price because of the price have gone up. So it's a perfect hedge. What will happen if the price of the cocoa, instead of going up, it has gone down? Nothing will happen. The price has gone down from 1400 to 1300. So you have made money in your cash market, you have lost money in the futures market. Net, you fixed your cost at 1400. If your profit is 1500, there is nothing wrong, isn't it? So once I was working in a company for Amstrad Computers in Dubai, and at the time the exchange rate for UAE to pound sterling is around 6.85 or something like that, 6.85 dirhams to 1 pound, okay. Then it fell to 6.85 to 6 is quite a fall, right? So I went long. So we had an exposure of pound sterling in next 12 months. So I went forward on all the 12 months. But unfortunately, the price of the pound went down to 5.5 to my ill luck. So in the board, they asked me, we appointed a professional guy. See, this is what will happen actually. If you are a real CTO, you get into problem when there is a problem. If the pound has moved to 7, he is not going to pat me actually, or give me an increase in pay. But it has fallen to 5.5, he lost 50 cents, okay. He questioned me that if you have not employed you, and my previous accountant was a friendly neighbor, Pakistani actually. If he stayed with the previous accountant who didn't have any knowledge about the derivatives, I would have made more money, right? Is he right or wrong? Tell me, is he right or wrong? I hedged it at 6. Price went down to 5.5, and he told me that we exclusively appointed you as an expert. We appointed you, and you also went long, okay, in the forwards, and you lost money. If you had stayed with there are two problems. One is the pride of an Indian. You lost to a neighbor, friendly neighbor, and the second is an actual loss. How will you defend that as an accountant? Typical scenario. Very easy. My budget was based on 7 to a pound, and I have done it at 6.1. My job is to protect the budget. Suppose if it has gone to 7.5, okay, I would have made loss actually, because all my profit is derived based on 7 to a pound. By doing at 6.25, I have made more than the budget. My job as a CFO is protecting. But whereas in India, what has happened, Wockhardt and all those guys, they went overhedged. If your portfolio is 100 million, they went for 200 million. That's where they lost the money. So the overexposure, and they went and gone back to, those days, 2 years back, the whole issue went back and forth between the banker and the client. The client was saying that, you have not explained to me the whole product. There is a case in London, okay. So if the client has not explained properly, I remember a case